Level 1, action!
It's so hard to judge a sequel to a game, let alone a fighting game, especially when usually fighting games all run on the same engine as its predecessor. I have to say, I was really giddy when I first popped in BlazBlue 2 and couldn't wait to see the new features and fighters and what new balances they made to the game. Unfortunately, about 10 minutes into playing the game, I realized that most of the game isn't that much different from the first one. Don't get me wrong, BlazBlue 2 does have a plethora of new fighting modes to choose from, which is really cool and all, but I was looking for a noticeably larger roster of fighters and even some new moves or some new balance in the game. Unfortunately, visual upgrades were little to none and balance tweaks were only about a patch of a difference from the first one. On top of that, you only get about 3 new fighters, one of them basically being a clone and replacing a fighter from the first BlazBlue. So you're probably asking yourself, in the midst of all this, why the heck should I buy BlazBlue 2? Honestly, the only reason why you would buy it is if you're just looking for new modes in a fighting game, if you really like the BlazBlue fighting system. I still have to say, even with not much difference between the two games, I'm still a big BlazBlue fan. I just love the way the game plays. Each fighter is just so different from the next, and that in itself just makes the game worth playing. They've also added training and tutorial modes for those who aren't familiar with fighting games, let alone BlazBlue. Especially with how different this fighting game is from others, you might need a tutorial or training just to master the game. BlazBlue also brought back the storyline, which is something that I was looking forward to. I really got into the BlazBlue Calamity Trigger storyline with how deep it was. With each character, you felt like you really got intimate with each one individually. They brought it back and now they're picking up from where they left off. Another mode that I really liked was Legion, and basically you get to build an army as you're fighting rounds. Each time you defeat a new character, you get to recruit them into your army. They brought back the same visuals, which I didn't have a problem with from the first one. A great score which is orchestrated so beautifully, a really deep storyline which they just continue from. They also brought back the gallery and the replay system, all of which make this game really worth playing.